Welcome to the Carlin Lynch Activity Center here at Dartmouth High School, as Dartmouth Community Media is proud to present Dartmouth High School girls basketball. Today it is the Indians in the first round of the state tournament taking on the Shepherd Hill Rams. Paul Santos, happy to be along with you today alongside Caden DeMonch as we bring you the exciting play-by-play action of the postseason. And Caden, a great year for Dartmouth, and it's always exciting when you go into the playoffs.
Absolutely. They walk in the fourth seed, 17-3, one of the best seasons they've had in recent memory, arguably ever. They're going to be a tough-to-beat team down the stretch.
Well, speaking to the coaches before the game, both head coach Brian Jalbert of Dartmouth and the head coach of Shepherd Hill, head coach Mara Hackerson, who's been there for about 5 years. Both coaches are very excited about the first round of the tournament. Obviously, Shepherd Hill coming in here as the underdogs. They're going to have to figure out a way not only to stop Dartmouth in general, but to slow down Dartmouth's number 10, Catherine Cheeseborough.
Obviously, she's been the firepower offensive juggernaut. I don't even know how else to describe her. Averaging 27.4 points per game. It's an astounding feat, but I mean, it's the playoffs and anything is possible, so we'll just have to wait and see what Shepherd Hill can throw at her.
It's interesting that you say that because, you know, I really enjoy doing the hockey games, and the Dartmouth hockey team, you have to tip your caps to them because even though they lost in the first round, they really gave their team, their opponent, who was much higher in the standings, a run for their money.
Yeah, they were winning for a while, and I was following the play-by-play. I thought they were going to have them. Only a goal in the last 10 minutes by Newburyport put them away. They gave them a heck of a fight and proved that anything is possible in playoff time.
Yeah, sometimes they say you can take the regular season and almost toss it aside. I mean, obviously, one team is going to be the favorite and the other one's going to be the underdog, especially early in the tournament. But like you said, one team can get on a roll and anything can certainly happen.
Absolutely.
All right, well, they're giving the starting lineups right now. Shepherd Hill, the Rams. Jay-Z Santiago, the leading scorer, 14 points per game. Ashley Dickhout, Jillian Clark, Shaylee Zila, and Heidi Jaraz. And for Dartmouth High School, Kaylin Zuber, Remy Barber, Lily Ganji, Haley Martins, and the aforementioned Kate Cheeseborough with the head coach Brian Jalbert. They're being introduced here today. Nice crowd on hand here tonight, Caden, as we start the postseason.
I've seen this place filled up before. It's a tough place to play in an atmosphere that's going to be booming.
There you see the starting lineup, the 17-3 record, the number 4 seed, and Shepherd Hill, the Rams, their record 12-8. And they'll be trying to come in here and pull off the upset. They're the number 29 seed. So in just a moment, we'll have the national anthem and then the start of today's game between Dartmouth and Shepherd Hill. So we now pause to honor America and the playing of our national anthem.
At this time, we ask you to please rise for the playing of our national anthem.
Moments away from the start of this first round tournament game. Dartmouth taking on Shepherd Hill. And Caden, let's take a look at the brackets.
Well, as you can clearly see, the winner here is going to play Whitman Hanson, who's coming off of their 3-point victory against North Quincy. If Dartmouth was to win, they would have a home playoff game actually throughout this entire quadrant of the bracket up until the Final Four, seeing as they're the highest seeded team.
It's nice to see that they're playing games at the home team's court deep into the tournament.
It is. The only thing that I think has come close to replicating that has been the volleyball team last year, who went deep into tournament. They went to the Final Four and had 3 home games, similar to what the girls basketball team could have right now.
All right, so we're underway here, or about to be underway. Jaros taking the opening tap for Shepherd Hill against Haley Martins, the senior forward here for Dartmouth High School. And we'll be underway here at the Carlin Lynch Activity Center and at Shepherd Hill. Collecting the ball. Stolen. There goes Cheesebro for the layup. Just like that.
You have to expect it at this point.
Cheesebro and Haley Barber down there trying to steal the ball. It is going to be a travel. And that turns the ball over. But how about Cheesebro? Everybody talks about her. One of the top players in the state. And right off the jump, she gets the steal and the layup.
It's like you said earlier, if Shepherd Hill wants to win this game, they're going to have to find a way to slow her down.
Cheesebro back to Remy. Remy Barber knocks down a 3. Just like that, a 5-0 lead for Dartmouth as they come out of the gate on fire. And Shepherd Hill trapped down there in the corner. And let's see what we have here. It's going to be Shepherd Hill ball. Well, you traveled down here from Dudley, Massachusetts, a place that was just south of Worcester. And you want to be able to come in here and do something. As getting fouled that time is number 11, Jillian Clark. She'll go to the line. But to come in here, this is kind of a tall order to come in here to Dartmouth High School and try to take down the Indians.
It's about an hour-and-a-half drive away. You have to want it in order to come down here, and vice versa if we had to go there.
Indians playing some really tough defense. Ball goes out of bounds. I know the head coach there, Mara Hackerson, she was talking about how they had a young team, and a lot of times young teams, they succumb to pressure. They turn the ball over, and that's going to be key to the game. Can they not turn the ball over as that shot is rebounded by Remy Barber? But limiting the turnovers is going to be big.
Absolutely. I've seen the Dartmouth basketball team capitalize a lot off turnovers in my few games commentating them this season.
Remy Barber with a 3, Kate Cheeseborough with a 2 for the 5-0 Dartmouth lead. And here's Kat Cheeseborough. Stops and throws it up, front rims it, rebound, goes out of bounds. It is going to be Shepherd Hill ball. And you see an example there of her pulling up and shooting, and the head coach talked about how she really is impressed about how she can pull up and shoot like that.
She seems to be a 3-level scorer. She can get to the hoop. She can mid-range jumpers, shoot threes. I've seen her do it all. I've even seen her facilitate.
Zella getting it back. Here's Santiago. Santiago back rims it. Nice rebound that time by Haley Martins. And back comes Cheeseborough. Goes to the basket, and she draws the foul. Other thing about Cheeseborough, just almost automatic from the foul line.
Pretty much. You might as well count it, although let's not commentary curse.
Right, they say this could be the announcer's jinx, right? Yeah, we've actually talked about her with her foul shots on the year before, and so far we've been lucky. We haven't delivered any announcer's jinx. But that time it goes around and out. But here we go. Rebound. Zuber across looking for Barber. Remy Barber collects. Across that time the Ganji. Back to Remy Barber. She's a junior guard. Passing it around. Ganji. Across. Here's a shot here by Zuber for three. Got it. Timeout by Shepherd Hill. 9-0 Dartmouth.
If you take a look at this, it's a great pass by Ganji to Zuber, and Zuber's a very underrated player. Cat Cheeseboro might lead in scoring, rebounding, and steals, but who's right behind her is Kaylin Zuber. An incredibly underrated player making a big play right there.
Kaylin averaging 9 points per game. Almost 7 rebounds per game. So a lot of contributing factors here by a number of players besides Cheeseboro. Well, 9-0 lead. What a great way for Dartmouth to start here in the state tournament. Coming out on fire. Shepherd Hill trying to play that man-to-man defense, but Indians really moving the ball around and facilitating.
I have to imagine in the timeout they're going to be rethinking the man-to-man defense. It's possible we see a zone, but I don't know if I would abandon the man just yet.
6:05 to go here in the first. At Dartmouth High School on the Steve Gasper Court at the Carlin Lynch Athletic Center. Carlin Lynch Activity Center, to be exact. The Rams coming down the court, pulling up for a shot. That's an air ball, actually a pass down low, and a nice bank shot by Heidi Jaros. First basket of the game for Shepherd Hill.
Ooh.
Cheeseboro couldn't get that shot. Ganji. And there's a foul on the floor. And Shepherd Hill blocking foul against Shaylee Zella. Inbound pass, Zuber. Nice pass down low, shot doesn't go, front rim. Nice rebound there by Haley Martins. Pull-up shot, air ball. Another follow-up here by Ganji. Getting some rebounds. Cheeseboro kicks it back out. Indians trying to get a good shot. Cheeseboro in the lane. Makes a move, couldn't get the roll. A battle for a rebound, and it is going to be Shepherd Hill ball. See Ben Smith in the background there, familiar face, getting some good photography being done tonight.
Hey, if you want to see those pictures, go on Instagram and search up Ben Smitty Photography.
I hear that Smitty is second to none.
Only maybe to Emma Carvalho.
Jay-Z, top scorer here for Shepherd Hill, tries to get a pass across and off the fingertips of Jillian Clark, and it'll be Dartmouth ball. Shepherd Hill, the Rams trying to make something happen there. We're trying to move the ball a little bit too quickly, and the Indians end up with possession. Catherine Cheeseboro, a junior, so we get to see her another year. Burst onto the scene here as a freshman, and everybody kind of took notice, so it's been enjoyable watching her play for 4 years straight. Lining up to take the shot, and she's got it. Number 5, that's Remy Barber. That's the deuce. 5 points for her. Long pass across. The Rams looking to set up. Fighting for the basket by Heidi Jaros. Boy, she really fought for that one.
Absolutely.
11-4 Dartmouth. And getting fouled that time is Caitlin Zuber.
Yeah, and you can see Giroux just fight through the contact that Martins is applying all over her. It's a great finish.
Is Ganji. Cross, Remy Barber. As we said, Cheeseboro back next year as a senior for 3. Bounces around off the fingertips of Barber, battling for the rebound, and a foul is called against Shepherd Hill. That was Jay-Z Santiago. She's the leading scorer, and she commits the foul.
Yeah, it's absolutely a foul. Looks like a push in the back.
Lily Ganji, she's only a sophomore, so we got some younger players on the Dartmouth team. I mean, I know the coach for Shepherd Hill was talking about how they only have one senior, but Dartmouth has some younger players, including Lily, who's only a sophomore. She gets 1 out of 2. She gets her first point of the night, and it's 12-4. Santiago moving it around, and the Rams bring it up court. Here's Santiago. Sets up, wide open. Back rims it on the glass. A rebound by Kanji. Great job by her getting it to Cheeseborough. Man-to-man defense. Sullivan in the game. Down low, bounce pass to Cheeseborough. She puts it up and gets it. Well, a great job by Cheeseborough, but how about Kat Sullivan down there on the glass?
Kate's the biggest player on the floor. She can just see right over anybody. Trust me, if you're open, she'll find you.
Santiago to the paint. And getting a piece of it that time was Sullivan. You see Jaycee Santiago, she's a junior guard, the team's leading scorer, 14 points per game. Very small, though, but uses her speed.
I mean, when you're that small, you have to find other ways in order to get by the defender, and clearly speed is her strength.
Jaros moving the ball around, and that ball goes out of bounds, and it's going to be the Indians' ball with 3:05 to go in the first quarter.
I would just like to add, we can see Santiago's impact. She already has 2 fouls in the first, and they still have yet to pull her out of the game.
Kat Sullivan. And a foul is committed on Caitlin Zuber. So you can see where Shepherd Hill, they're trying to play aggressive defense, but they're committing foul after foul.
I understand playing the aggressive defense in the playoffs. They're a young team. They're inexperienced. I think they might be trying to get into the heads of Dartmouth right now. It's just not working, and it seems like they might be shooting themselves in the foot a little bit here with it.
Caitlin Zuber, the sophomore forward at the line. We pointed out how the Indians have their share of young players. Zuber's one of them in 10th grade. Here's Santiago, 16-4, the Indians. There's a long one. Oh, she gets it. That was a nice shot that time by Lily Cannoli. She's only a sophomore, makes it 16-6. Cheeseborough pitches it across. Zuber to the basket, couldn't get the roll. Bouncing rebound. Zuber gets it. Nice job to get it to Ganji. Indians really moving the ball around well in the early going. How about that pass down to Sullivan? Counted and one.
Great finish.
Nice pass.
It's one of the perks of being tall, I guess. Not something I would know about, but clearly Sullivan knows about it because she can just finish through the contact and just catch it over anybody.
And a great assist that time by sophomore forward Caitlin Zuber.
Indeed.
Finding Sullivan down under the basket. So it's 18-6. Dartmouth leads by 12 as they come out of the gate on fire. Cheeseborough double teamed. In the game now is Bobber, Lindsay Bobber. Lindsay's there right now. Younger sister of Remy Bobber. Little give and go. Wide open in the corner. The Indians try to find the open shot from Ganji. Couldn't get it. Now Bobber, the younger one. Ball goes out of bounds. Indians still have the ball with 9 seconds on the shot clock. Lindsay Bobber, only a freshman.
She's going to be a player to watch in the future.
There's Cheeseborough. Couldn't get the roll, and it's going to be Shepherd Hill ball that time. Yeah, it's a lot of fun when you can play with your sibling, you know, play with an older sister, a junior, and a sophomore on the team together, both on the varsity.
Absolutely.
Jaycee Santiago wants the long one. Couldn't get it to go. On the glass. Woo! Oh, the shot is blocked. Heidi Jaros got stuffed. Indians playing some solid defense in this game. They're putting up the points, obviously, offensively. Santiago tries to get it down low, intercepted by Sullivan. And back comes Cheeseborough. And she's fouled. And Cheeseborough will go to the line, which is almost automatic. As you said, not to look ahead, Caden, but winner of this game taking on Whitman Hanson. As long as the Indians win, they get to keep hosting, which is really nice.
It's definitely nice for us. We don't have to travel out to Whitman Hanson.
Cheeseborough gets 1 out of 2. So it's 19-6, biggest lead of the night so far for Dartmouth. They lead by 13. And I know it's early, it's only the first quarter, but the Indians cruising through this quarter successfully, doing pretty much everything. Lily Cannoli, she gets fouled, and Sullivan's going to help her up as Cannoli tried to go right through everybody. She's only a sophomore, and she gets up kind of gingerly, but she's going to be okay. Shepherd Hill trying to make things happen out there.
I'm finding right now that Shepherd Hill hasn't been able to really do much against Dartmouth's press. And I think that might be stunting the offense too early.
Long shot is good. That's a 3 for Caitlin Sullivan. Yes, there's a Caitlin Sullivan on the other team too.
Huh.
Yeah, we have a Kate Sullivan, and then she goes by Caitlin Sullivan.
It might get a little confusing later on in the night.
Yes.
And Dartmouth's
Caitlin
defense.
Sullivan, yep.
Yeah, Dartmouth's defense. Actually, she scored on Kate Sullivan.
Sullivan against Sullivan. So at the foul line, Cheeseborough. Leads all scorers with 8 after getting that basket. 21-9, back up to a 12-point advantage as they equal the largest lead of the game with 42 seconds left in the first quarter. Nice trip to the basket, but it doesn't go on the glass. And getting fouled and taking a trip to the line will be Lily Cannoli.
You can definitely tell it's an aggressive game. Both teams already have 5 fouls in the first quarter. I don't know if I would necessarily say it's undisciplined, more so as it's playoff basketball and it's gritty.
Lily Cannoli, a sophomore guard at the charity stripe right now for Shepherd Hill. As we said, coming down from Dudley, Massachusetts. And that one bounces around and goes in. Down to the final 30 seconds of the first quarter. Shepherd Hill still in that. Well, let's see, they got. It's like a man-to-man defense up top.
I would agree.
15 seconds left in the quarter. Cheeseborough directing traffic. Sending Kate Sullivan down low. Comes back up. Trying to set up a screen. Cheeseborough down to Sullivan. Sullivan bounce pass. Doesn't fly. Last few seconds left. Shepherd Hill's going to have to throw one up. And it does not fly for Shaylee Zella. Excuse me, that's Zella. Shaylee Zella. So at the end of the first quarter, 21-10 in favor of Dartmouth. And pretty good quarter there for the Indians without question.
Not much really went wrong for them. Maybe a couple miscues here or there, but it's not showing on the scoreboard right now.
Yeah, everyone playing very well, and as we mentioned, Catherine Cheeseborough leading all scorers with 8 points. And JZ Santiago, she leads Shepherd Hill with 14 points per game, and she is not on the scoreboard as of yet. Not a good sign for the Rams.
Not at all. I think Dartmouth might be keying in on that.
Could be, yeah. She's a junior guard. Hasn't really got any kind of momentum going. As we take a look at the sidelines there's Shepherd Hill. Their head coach is Mara Hackerson. She's been the head coach for 5 years. Assistant coaches Tim Howard, Kristen Hansen, and Molly Springer. Talking to both Coach Hackerson and Tim Howard, the assistant coach, as well as the head coach Mara Hackinson. And of course, on the other side, both of us talked to head coach Brian Jalbert. Assistant coaches Shane Fennessy, Miles Linares, and Colby Brooks. So here we go, second quarter underway. The Indians trying to build on what has been a very successful first quarter in the opening round of the state tournament. Cheesebro, nothing but net. The Rams back the other way. Indians putting some defensive pressure on. Looks like they stepped out of bounds, so the Rams will be inbounding. Zella moves it over to Cannoli. Caitlin Sullivan, the one that plays for Shepherd Hill. Down low, and a nice basket that time by Lily Cannoli. She's had a good game.
I mean, she's kind of been Shepherd Hill's spark in a way.
Yeah, team leading 5 points. Wide open in the corner. And traveling that time was Lindsay Barber.
I'm not sure we mentioned it, but it looks like Kat Cheesebro has her right thigh wrapped up and bandaged. It doesn't look like it's really hampering her ability to move or play, but just thought it was interesting.
Shepherd Hill hoping to get a basket there, but a travel was called against Caitlin Sullivan, and the Indians get possession. Yeah, something you don't want to see on your main player, wrapped up a leg like that. It doesn't seem to be bothering her at all, but it's not something that you want to see early on in the tournament, because if they can continue to win, a lot of times the team that can grind it out at the end, the one that ends up going to the end.
Yep.
Sullivan, nice little pass inside to Cheesebro. Taken away. Back comes Cannoli. She's having a great game. Cannoli being double teamed. Shepherd Hill just about making it over to the front court. Shepherd Hill trying to get set up. Ball almost stolen by Barber. Loose ball on the court. 10 seconds left on the shot clock. And the ball is tossed away. Heidi Jaros has it go off her fingertips, but credit Dartmouth's pressure.
Dartmouth's defense has been something else. We've talked a lot about their offense, but their defense has been playing surprisingly locked down for a playoff game.
24-12, Dartmouth by 12. Doubling the offensive output by the Rams. Pass inside. Tipped away, and here comes Cannoli. As Caden said, the spark plug here on the Rams so far. Heidi Jaros with the ball now, looking to make a play. Can't get a shot up. Look at that defense right there by Skylar Floyd, is in the game for Dartmouth.
If I've learned anything from watching 3 years of high school basketball, high school playoff basketball, it's that defense will win those championships.
7 on the shot clock. Ball bounces out of bounds. Will be inbounded now by the Shepherd Hill Rams, looking for a spark here in the second quarter. Just barely gets it in time. Shot will not fly. Nice rebound here by Lily Ganji. Almost stolen. It is stolen. That was really caused by Jaros. Number 32. She went over there, just got a fingertip on it. Clark. Good defense there by Martins. And now we have a foul called against Shepherd Hill. (24-12) as we proceed here through the second quarter in Dartmouth at the high school. Dartmouth hoping to win, of course, the opening round game. They'll play Whitman-Hanson if successful, and if they win that game, they'll have another home game. They could have potentially 3 home games in a row in the state tournament, which is very unusual, but that's the setup this year, which is really nice in a way if you're the higher seed. Shot will not fly. Good rebounding here by Shepherd Hill. They're going to need it. That's an air ball by Cannoli, and Dartmouth takes over.
It looks like Shepherd Hill is starting to abandon. Oh, never mind. I was going to say that it looked like they were going to start abandoning the press, but they're only pressing too high right now, so. Oh, no, not really.
Head coach Mara Hackerson talked about stopping Cheesebro. Oh, what else is new? Mara Hackinson, I should say. 5 years head coaching Shepherd Hill, the Shepherd Hill Rams. This year's right there. I had a chance to speak to her before the game. Very pleasant conversation. Shot doesn't go. And being fouled will be Shaylee Zella. Committing the foul, I should say. At the line is going to be Lily Ganji.
It's a good defensive read by Ganji to get the ball back for Dartmouth.
Ganji just a sophomore, Zuber just a sophomore, Sullivan a junior.
I know you mentioned before Shepherd Hill being a young team and trying to eliminate the errors and not crumble under the pressure. The same thing I feel like you have to say for Dartmouth.
Dartmouth takes it away. Remy Barber. Ganji looking for Zuber. Zuber scoops it in. Great shot. Timeout. Rams. Highlight reel basket there by Zuber.
Kaylin Zuber, I told you, underrated player. You don't get to be one of South Coast Today's players to watch in the tournament without making plays like that. She is proving that article writer correct right now.
It was really fun to see how she went into the lane and reached over and got the elevation on the ball as it just kind of skimmed off the window.
High arcing shot. I thought she might have thrown it over the backboard for a sec. Pleasantly surprised to see that did not happen.
Yeah, that was an exciting play as Shepherd Hill takes yet another timeout. Seems like the Indians keep getting on these rolls, which forces head coach Hackinson to call time.
I'm not really sure what you change up right now if you're Shepherd Hill. Dartmouth's just been a flamethrower on offense, and they've almost completely shut down the offense of the Rams.
3:42 to go here in the first half. We are live on YouTube, Dartmouth Community Media. Coming down to the basket. The ball goes around and out. They're diving on the floor. Shepherd Hill keeps it alive. Some great ball movement, but it's stolen that time by number 5, Barber. Down to Cheesebro. Can't get the roll. Back the other way comes Jaros. Ooh, getting aggressive down there is Caitlin Zuber.
Looks like they called a foul on Zuber.
That's her second. Shepherd Hill looks like they're trying to move the ball around a little quicker since that last time out. Try to get the ball moving to see if they can get an open shot, but Dartmouth's defense has just been everywhere.
Feels like they're playing with 6 people on the court right now. It's just how good their defense has been.
There's Canoli in the corner looking for Clark. Now Jaros. Jaros gets 2. Hard-earned basket there by the Rams. 27-14. Rams trying to chisel their way back into the game. The Indians once led by 12. There's a long one, counted for 3. Remy Barber. Her second tray of the night.
Not someone you're going to want to leave open.
The Rams have to be thinking, wow, we just worked so hard to just get a deuce at the other end, passing the ball around, and then come down and get a 3. And now we have a foul on Zella.
Yeah, that's a wide open look for Barber. Absolutely was going to go in. Unless there was a draft in the arena or some sort of tomfoolery went awry.
Where's Lindsay Barber, just a freshman? Caden was talking about her earlier. All right, the foul's going to be on Neri.
Looks like some conversation going on here between the coaches and the ref.
Brian Jalbert and Mara Hackinson chatting over there. As we said, the foul on Neri, that's her second for the Rams. There's Cheeseborough. Perhaps things getting just a little bit too aggressive, and the officials just want to mention it to the coaches. That's just our guess. Rebound here by the Rams. Haley Martins trying to rip that rebound out of the hands of one of the Rams players.
Shout out to Haley Martins. Today is her 18th birthday, and she can celebrate it with a playoff victory tonight.
Oh, what a great way to celebrate your birthday.
I know.
Here come the Rams to the basket. Count it! And going to the line, Lily Cannoli.
I've seen Shepherd Hill hit a lot of, a lot of their points have come from layups like this, hard fought, but it's a testament to Dartmouth's defense that they're making the Rams fight for every single point.
Yeah, the baskets are so much harder to come by down here at this end of the court. Rams just working so hard to get a basket, and the Indians come right down and get it more with ease.
Like that!
Count it! Caitlin Zuber.
Zuber's putting on a spectacle of circus shots for us right now. I did not know she had that in her repertoire.
Another one of those high arcing layups. And it kind of bounced around, went in, and the foul. Very exciting play here by Zuber. As we said, only a sophomore. So this team is going to be good next year as well. I mean, they're really good this year, but next year as well. Cheeseborough will still be there. Zuber gets a basket.
I feel like I can confidently say that this year will not be the final playoff run from Dartmouth.
Here's Miller. 33-16 favor of Dartmouth. 17-point lead. That's their biggest lead of the night. Sarah Miller now for Shepherd Hill. Taken away. Here comes Cheeseborough. Lays it up and in. Cheeseborough and Kaylin Zuber, primary scorers here tonight for Dartmouth. Down to the last 45 seconds in the half. 19-point lead for Dartmouth. A bank shot. It was in that time for Jillian Clark, her first basket of the game.
I got to imagine Dartmouth's going to bleed this one down to the last shot here.
Only 1 second between the shot clock and the game clock. Cheeseborough gets the open look. Back rims it.
I stand corrected.
Yeah, the Rams get a few seconds to try to do something. Putting up the shot. Doesn't go. Blocked that time by Sullivan, as Sullivan says no. 35-18 at the end of the first half. Your thoughts?
There's been really nothing that's gone wrong for Dartmouth. Their defense has been able to completely, well, not completely, but virtually shut down the Rams. Their offense has just been able to score at will. Cheeseborough and Zuber, they've been a tag teaming duo of points. if Shepherd Hill wants to come back, they're going to have to find a way to not only slow those two down, but find a way to score points that aren't so hard fought, because a lot of their points have come from battles in the paint against people like Kate Sullivan and Haley Martins.
Catherine Cheesebrough leading with 12 points. Kaylin Zuber with 10 for Dartmouth. And there you see the dynamic Ben Smitty Smith getting all those great shots here tonight. So what, you go to Instagram and check out all those shots you said before?
You go to Instagram, you check out Ben Smitty Photography. You can see some of these absolute, well, I can only imagine they're pretty good shots.
He doesn't know he's on right now. There he is.
Now we get all natural Ben right now.
Calls our Santos on Sports podcast, so we always say, Ben from Dartmouth, you're on the air. 35-18 Dartmouth. It's Paul Santos alongside Caden DeManch. And we'll be back with the second half in just a moment here from Dartmouth High School.
Competition, the sacrifice, and team unity are the cornerstones of life for each and every one of us here.
Never in my wildest dreams. And when you're on chemo, you do have wild dreams. Did I ever think I would be inducted into this Hall of Fame?
My Dartmouth High School athletic days are some of my fondest memories.
I wish all of you in one day of your life could feel what this feels like. To do something you love for years and to be honored like this.
A Hall of Fame is something that is a great accolade. It's something that, you know, we've all walked into that front area at Dartmouth High School and seen them pictures on the wall. It's such an honor to be able to have my face on there.
Dartmouth Pride is more of, wearing green, wearing Dartmouth across your chest, being part of a team, being part of a family, and basically just the spirit of it, having the Dartmouth Pride to get you through those 4 years.
So much more than just these stats and these wins and these titles. It's this passion, this contagious feeling of Dartmouth athletics, and its legacy. It has so much heritage, and it's passed on year after year because of people who are here tonight, because of the coaches and all that they do.
Your team of state champions, the Dartmouth High School champions of Division III.
Wow. Oh, this team has been wonderful.
Touchdown, Jordan Todman from 60 yards out.
You're going to get knocked down, you're going to get hit, you're going to have a little pain, a little aggravation, and you got to understand that you've got to get back in the game. And I think that's life. We all get knocked down in life, and you got to get back and play the game of life and play it hard with a great deal of enthusiasm. And I think that's where I hope that they'd always do that.
Back at Dartmouth High School, Paul Santos alongside Caden DeManch as the Indians lead the Rams of Shepherd Hill by a score of 35-18. You were talking, Caden, about Caitlin Zuber. She averages 9 points a game, but had 10 points in that first half, along with Kate Cheesebro's 12. So a real dynamic duo there in the first half.
Absolutely, man. Kat Cheesebro, it's someone you always have to look out for. We've learned that through her 3 years here. And Caitlin Zuber, as I said before, an incredibly underrated player. She can give you a bucket when necessary. She's a great defensive player, too. She's putting on an absolute show for us. You saw the 2 high-arcing lays. Definitely one of the reasons why Dartmouth's sitting so comfortably right now in this first-round game.
Remy Barber with a couple of 3-point shots, along with a deuce for 8 points for Dartmouth. And how about Kate Sullivan? 2 points, but a couple of big rejections there, a double stuff to finish the half.
Like I said before, biggest player on the court. She's going to be a machine down there, both getting boards and sending them away.
Lily Canoli, 7 points for Shepherd Hill, along with Heidi Jarosa's 6. But yeah, Canoli, she seems to be the spark plug over there for Shepherd Hill.
And she's coming off the bench. Not someone I think was expected, having not started, but I mean, she's proven that maybe she does deserve a starting spot.
Cheesebro with it now. 3-point basket. Count it! Remy Barber, that's her third 3-pointer of the night.
Can't leave Remy Barber open. She's punished him all night.
20-point lead for Dartmouth, their biggest lead of the night. Backcourt violation there.
Yeah, it's just a clean open look. And she has made the Rams pay.
Jay-Z Santiago, the leading scorer for Shepherd Hill, with 14 points per game, held scoreless here in the first half. And drawing the foul that time, Heidi Jaros, the senior forward for Shepherd Hill. Foul on Lily Ganji, her third. At the line, Jaros.
She averages the second most points for Shepherd Hill, but the statistic that stands out to me is that she averages over 10 rebounds a game. I think they've neutralized her down low too, at least for now.
One of the taller players here on the Rams team, and head coach Mara Hackinson, as the foul is called. Cheesebro goes to the line. Head coach Hackerson was saying before the game, young Shepherd Hill team, only one senior. Well, the senior is that player right there. Heidi Jaros. Cheesebro money. Money from the foul line.
Foul was on Canoli. She's got 4 fouls already. Not someone that the Rams can really afford to see foul out.
There she goes again, Caitlin Zuber. 41-19, now a 22-point lead. That's their biggest of the night. Indians have the Shepherd Hill player trapped in the corner. Getting the rebound that time was Barber. Barber to Cheesebro. She scoops it in. Timeout by Shepherd Hill. 14-point lead for Dartmouth. Winner of this game takes on Whitman Hanson. Looks like the Indians are on their way. And as we pointed out, another home game will be next week. And then if they can get by Whitman Hanson, they'd have a third home game here at Dartmouth. So nothing like being a high seed in this particular tournament format, being able to play right here at Dartmouth.
I don't know if I want to speak too soon and say that they will get those games, but I think they are. They're definitely on track to get the second home game against Whitman Hanson. What happens then is a completely new sheet.
Hey, you never can tell in the state tournament. This one here, you had to figure Dartmouth big, heavy favorite. Every once in a while you have a big upset, but you know, I think we're pretty comfortable that the Indians are going to win this one. Now what happens in the next one, like you said, clean the sheet out, you never know what Whitman Hanson might bring. 6:26 to go here in the third quarter. Paul Santos alongside Caden DeManch. Happy to be with you here at Dartmouth High School. You see head coach Brian Jalbert leading his team into the playoffs, hoping to get on a roll here, and so far looking good in the early going.
I believe this is his first playoff game as the head coach. I can't quite recall if Dartmouth made it last year. I will have
Jump
to
ball
fact
is
check
going to be
that.
Dartmouth ball. Excuse me, it's going to be Shepherd Hill ball. Yeah, talking to Brian Jalbert before the game, very excited to be coaching here in the state tournament. We have one of the better Dartmouth teams. Jazzy Santiago finally getting some points. Back the other way, there's a shot. And it's going to be a travel against Dartmouth.
I do want to correct my previous statement. This is not Brian Jalbert's first game as first playoff game as head coach. Dartmouth did have a playoff game last year.
So he's back leading this Dartmouth team. Come in, with such weapons, 17-3 on the season.
It feels like there's no real shortage of weapons on this team.
How about that passing? And drawing the foul is Cheesebro. But how about that quick pass right there by Lily Ganji, the sophomore guard? There's Ganji there.
I mean, she is second in assists, so she definitely has some court vision on her. Showing it off for us right there.
Cat Cheesebro getting so good at shooting foul shots. How and why? Practice.
I've been in the Dartmouth program I was in it for 3 years. I know they definitely stress foul shooting in that program.
Oh, so many games won and lost. There's Jaros. Ball goes out of bounds. I mean, in an early round game like this, a one-sided game, not so much. But you get to these games that are 1-2 point games, right? You just look back and you look at the foul shots. 9 times out of 10, you can look at a team and say, wow, they could have won that game at the line.
Mm-hmm.
There's Santiago, and she hits. 3-point basket for Santiago, held scoreless in the first half, now with 5 in the second half. But the Indians still up by 20. Very comfortable lead here for the Indians, it feels like.
I can't see them relinquishing control of this game anytime soon. Probably not even at all.
Cheesebro to the paint. Gets the roll. Cheesebro picking up where she left off. 6 points in the second half to add to the 12. So she has 18. And was that a 3?
Yes, it was.
That was Santiago. Cheesebro back the other way. Every time Shepherd Hill tries to at least nibble away at that lead, Dartmouth just comes right back and puts one right back in their face. Santiago gets the contact and the foul. And the basket.
Can't say they aren't at least trying to nibble away at the lead right now.
Santiago, the team's leading scorer. There she goes.
She's got 8 in a row. Feels like she's trying to now single-handedly lead them back after being actually scoreless in the first half.
Nice rebound there by Haley Martins. And we have a foul called against Shepherd Hill, against Jaros.
Noticing now it looks like Shepherd Hill's back in a little bit of a press.
Cheesebro, unstoppable. How do you stop that? You just step back and delivers it. And now a travel against Shepherd Hill.
There's been no answers for her tonight. There's very few answers we've seen all season for her.
50-29, a 21-point lead here for the Dartmouth Indians here in the first round of the 2024 MIAA State Tournament. That one's around and out. Hard rebound attempt. Haley Martins battling down there for Dartmouth. Lily Ganji, the sophomore, will inbound. Finds Cheeseborough at the top of the key, banks it in. Nice pass that time by Ganji. Here's Santiago, 52-29, 23-point lead for the Dartmouth Indians. Try to pass the ball down low. There's a shot. And there's going to be a foul call down there on the baseline against Dartmouth. That's going to send Ashley Dick out to the line. And I'll say one thing for Shepherd Hill. They're out there giving it everything they have, despite the fact that they're so far behind up on the scoreboard.
Well, it's one game elimination. You've come all this way, hour and a half. You have to give it everything you have to see your season through.
Haley Martin's taking a break as Kate Sullivan comes into the game. Ashley Dick out. That's one at the line, 52-30. Back to a 22-point advantage here for Dartmouth. 3:24 to go in the third quarter. Paul Santos alongside Caden DeManch at the Cardinal Lynch Activity Center at Dartmouth High School. Cheeseborough takes it to the paint. Couldn't get it to go. She's fouled and go back to the line. And I'm wondering about that tape on the thigh there. It's not slowing her down tonight, that's for sure. Maybe just something at practice, got bruised up or something like that. Maybe we'll find out before the Whitman-Hanson game.
I'm sure more information will come out about it, or that we'll gather.
Coaches they don't like to say what injuries are, you know? Might not even be an injury.
No, it might be a style thing for all we know.
There's Santiago using that speed. Gets the contact there with Sullivan. The ball goes out of bounds. Dartmouth leading 54-30. That's a 24-point advantage. Zella inbounding. Aggressive play there by Zuber trying to knock that one away. Zuber has come out of the gate on fire tonight.
Oh, yeah. If it's not Kat, honestly, tonight it's been her offensively. Even defensively, she's been making some crucial plays for Dartmouth. Although I feel like in saying that, I'm discrediting the rest of the team and their offensive prowess tonight, too.
Foul called on Cheeseborough that time. There's Santiago. He's trying to go for one of those Caitlin Zuber shots with the high arcing layup, but it didn't go in.
Hey, she hit one earlier. Why not try it again?
Had a good look at Caitlin Zuber there a moment ago. The Rams of Shepherd Hill coming all the way down here from Dudley, Massachusetts, but it has not gone their way tonight. No upset in the cards. And there's a steal by Zuber. Zuber is fouled. Wow, Zuber just leaving it all on the floor, literally.
That's a hard take.
Those camera people down there.
She almost took out one of them. I'd be careful if I were them right now.
Look at that gentleman off to the left there. He didn't even flinch.
Might have gotten a great picture of her. Great action shot, though.
So at the line, Kaylin Zuber, the sophomore forward for Dartmouth, trying to tack on a few more points to this Dartmouth lead as the Indians have been in cruise control pretty much out of the gate. Got off to a 9-0 lead and really have never looked back. Just built on it and built on it. Had a 17-point lead at the half. Now a 24-point lead.
That's the kind of things that you want to see if you're Coach Brian Jalbert. Dispatch of the teams that you are supposed to dispatch of. Not really tire yourself out with close games this early on if you're a high-ranking team like Dartmouth.
Jillian Clark gets the rebound that time for the Rams. There goes Santiago. And Santiago is going to be fouled. I tell you, Santiago has such great speed. You see how small she is, but she cuts through that Dartmouth defense, and you get a couple of players there with their arms up, and it almost feels like there's nowhere to go.
I feel like she is starting to come a little more alive here in the second half, but like you said, with all the Dartmouth defense condensing in on her, it doesn't feel like it might even be enough.
Very dynamic player, you know, a junior, using every bit of her ability. You can tell she's an excellent player, leading the team with 14 points per game. .11 on the night, and that includes 2 3-pointers. Cheesebro went coast to coast, but couldn't get the roll. Jillian Clark gets the board, and here comes Santiago. As we said, 2 3-pointers tonight in the repertoire. Trying to find some kind of opening. Nice pass down low. And Jillian Clark, like she got fouled.
I believe they called that one a jump ball in favor of Dartmouth.
Sorry, yes, it did. So the Indians get the ball that time. Possession in their favor. 1:30 to go in the third quarter. The Indians cruise their way to the finish line here tonight in the first round of the 2024 state tournament. Shot will not fly. How about Sullivan on the glass? Getting it across to Zuber, and the ball bounces out of bounds. Indians playing some aggressive ball here despite the lead, and that's what Coach Jalbert wants to see. You can't coast just because you have the lead.
No, you wanna finish it while you can. Don't want to let them back into this game.
Picked off by Santiago. She'll lay it up and in. Good job that time not fouling her. She had the position and really don't want to go up and get a foul and just add another point. Not that that would be that important in this game, but just in general.
I think it is worth noting both teams are already in the bonus right now.
5 fouls on each team here with 45 seconds to go in the third quarter. Cheesebro in the corner. Gets nudged that time. As Shepherd Hill's number 22, Gianna Neri. That's her 5th foul. And it puts Cheesebro back at the line. And one thing you want to establish when you're the heavy favorite in the first game of the state tournament is try to get some momentum, get comfortable. You know, you're in the playoffs at single elimination. Sometimes, you know, you feel a little pressure, but Indians looking very comfortable tonight, getting into a little bit of a groove.
Especially if you're Dartmouth and you're coming off of back-to-back losses to end the season to St. Mary's and Andover. A little bit of momentum wouldn't be a bad thing for them.
Jaros hits the 3. 10 points for her. She's the senior. Probably her last game. So she wants to finish strong. Sullivan on the rebound. Scoop shot, good by Zuber. 58-36. 5 seconds left here in the third quarter. Santiago.
It's good luck.
Throws up a high one, doesn't go, and that's the end of the third quarter. Dartmouth 58 and Shepherd Hill 36.
This pretty much sums up the game right here. Kaylin Zuber just laying it in. Regardless of what Shepherd Hill just threw at her, it was still so calm and felt almost none of the pressure.
14 points now for Kaylin Zuber. And there you see the Dartmouth Indian sideline. Behind there is head coach Brian Jalbert. He's got to be happy with the way this team has played. I can't really see any weakness, at least not tonight.
Absolutely not. I wouldn't be too surprised if we start to see some substitutes come in for Dartmouth. Some of the younger players. Actually, I can't even say some of the younger players because this team is already very young.
Let's see, Cheesebro unofficially 27 points on the night. Really turned it on here in the second half. I mean, she had a solid first half, but in the second half, really kicked it up a notch. She averages 27 per game, and she has 27 right now. And it's only the end of 3 quarters.
And she will not be coming off the floor, so I have to imagine that that point total will only grow.
So Dartmouth back on the court. Head coach Mara Hackinson getting some last few minutes of direction over there at the Ram bench. But they are now back on the court. Inbounding the ball will be Ashley Dickout, and the final quarter of today's game being played right now here at Dartmouth High School, and the Indians in cruise control. Here's Santiago, gotta like her. Kat Sullivan bangs it away. Bounces back. There's a 3-ball. That's Ashley Dickout for 3. 4 points for her, 58-39. Loose ball collected here by Ganji. And a foul on the floor. So Whitman Hanson, they won their game, but it was a close game.
That's 5 for...
She's done.
Yeah. It's 5 for Shaylee Sizzla. Zella?
Zella, yes. Yeah, they
Zella.
told me before the game, Zella. The coach was like, hey, let me give you some pronunciations. I'm like, yeah, I guess you've heard me do games before.
My mistake. Should have taken a page out of your book right there.
I didn't ask him, he just told me. Let's see, Whitman Hanson, they won over North Quincy 63-60, so that was a close game. Now, what can you gauge from that? I'm not sure, but they were in a tight game. They pulled off a tight victory. There's Sullivan down there battling, and Coach Hackinson being animated down there on the sidelines.
You asked what can you gauge from the Whitman Hanson North Quincy game. I think all you can really gauge is that Whitman Hanson can finish games down the stretch. They won a close game in the playoffs. So
right. Well, Whitman Hanson is ranked number 13 as opposed to this team here, which is number 27.
Yeah, along with a 16-4 record, they're definitely no pushover. Oh. Great layup. Great layup by Ganji.
That's what happens when I look away for 1 second.
It's always the most exciting parts of a game whenever we look away.
All right, Cheeseborough lays it up and in. 29 points now for Cheeseborough. 6 minutes to go in the game. Santiago finds a little space. Gets the shot up on the rebound. 2 chances, but the ball bounces out of bounds. And it's Dartmouth ball.
There's a great give and go between Ganji and Sullivan. Just leads to a great basket.
Yeah, so talking about Whitman Hanson, much better team than this very young Shepherd Hill team. And so we'll have to see what kind of challenge. As you said, they won a 3-point game in the first round as Cheeseborough goes up and gets another 2. Whitman Hanson 16-4 record, Dartmouth 17-3, so Dartmouth only won 1 more game than Whitman Hanson did in the regular season. Santiago for 3. Misses badly. Rebound. That one goes in for Heidi Jaros.
That's why you never give up on it. Second chance baskets.
Coming down on the 5-minute mark. How about that layup by Ganji? 6 points for her.
She's starting to come alive now in the fourth quarter too.
For 3. Too strong by Dickout. Back comes Zuber. Aylin Zuber on fire. Woo! Dishes it off. Layup that time by Ganji. Great pass by Zuber. Timeout by the Rams. 68-43. 25-point lead.
That's the kind of play that if you are Coach Jalbert, you want to see. Your team is not getting lazy and they're still fighting to the finish. A fantastic find by Zuber, who is actually third in assists on the season. Ganji makes good on it.
There's Zuber on the bench, grabbing a drink and catching her breath over there. And what a great performance by this Dartmouth team tonight. And for Shepherd Hill, as we talked about before, and speaking to head coach Mara Hackinson, a young team, only one senior, 2 juniors, and everybody else younger than that. So they've got a good future ahead of them, and this Dartmouth team is not done yet this year. And they've got some young players, but they're helping Cheeseborough out, contributing. Kaylin Zuber with a big game tonight. Remy Barber, Lily Ganji. All big contributors tonight for Dartmouth.
It feels wrong to single someone out and say that they were the biggest contributor because everyone on the floor has contributed in such a big way tonight for Dartmouth.
Shepherd Hill going down hard to the floor that time was Kaylin Zuber.
If you haven't watched any Dartmouth women's basketball this season, you don't know that Kaylin Zuber is willing to put her body on the line for this team, and she has proved it tonight with that. The play that we saw down on this end of the court where she went flying into, almost flew into a cameraman.
And then gets up with a smile.
Exactly, she's unfazed.
Kick out, ball goes out of bounds. Ashley Dickout getting ready to inbound the ball here for the Rams of Shepherd Hill. Trying to find some room on the baseline, forget it. Taken away that time by Barber. There's a lot of passing down here. Look at that ball movement. But it was blocked eventually by Heidi Jaros. Still some good ball movement by Dartmouth that time.
It was great ball movement. It was just a simply better defensive play.
Clark inside Cheeseborough. Cheeseborough across, looking for Ganji. Ganji has it now. All the way across. Look at that ball movement. Barber. And Cheeseborough gets the basket. 3-point shot by Cheeseborough. Wow. It's her first 3 of the night. He just cranks up the scoreboard with 1-2 after another. And of course, we talked about her ability at the charity stripe. Drawing the foul that time is Dickout.
It's looking like Dartmouth is trying to bleed some of the clock, trying to get this game done. And they're only looking for really open shots. Like Cheeseborough had a wide open 3 in the corner right there. And she makes good on it.
Unofficially 34 points for Cheeseborough, 14 for Zuber, 11 for Barber, and 8 for Ganji.
And we are definitely seeing some of the substitutes come in now.
Remy Barber taking a seat. All right, a 2 for Kat that time. Not a 3, so she's got 33 points. 70-44 Dartmouth. Well, a security team that opened up the building tonight, I guess they'll be opening up the building next week. And if Dartmouth keeps playing like this, they might be opening the building multiple times. But hey, that Whitman Hanson team, 16-4, pulling off that 3-point victory. That should be a game. That should be a game.
I would not rule out the Panthers in that game. Dartmouth needs to dig deep and find what they've found here tonight if they want to beat them.
Lindsey Barber looking for Skylar Floyd. All the way across, Cheeseborough. Zuber for 3, can't get it to go. A battle on the floor. Hey, how about that battle by Haley Martins? Jump ball. Possession arrow for Shepherd Hill. Haley Martins, a senior forward, one of the co-captains. Battling that time.
She's another player who's a grit and grind type of play. Will do anything for her team put body on the line.
26-point lead. There's Barber. That's Lindsay Barber. On the glass. Rebound by Haley Martins.
There's her birthday present.
Santiago can't get it to go. Rebound by Zuber. Zuber. Down the court. Cheeseborough all the way across. Wide open is Lindsay Barber. Too strong. Floyd. Woo! Inside looking for Zuber. Haley Martins gets fouled. And she'll go to the line.
It still seems like Dartmouth's trying to bleed clock with their ball movement and that they're only taking those open shots. But their ball movement has been so exquisite since they've started doing it that they're still finding open shots.
So happy birthday to Haley Martins, who's at the foul line right now. Caden DeManch getting the scoop on that.
Always. I've known Haley for a long time. I feel like it'd be wrong of me to not know when her birthday is.
Somebody just yelled out
There
happy
it
birthday
is.
from the stands. Santiago with it now for Shepherd Hill. Down to the last 2.5 to go in the game. From the corner, a three-point basket is too strong. On the glass, couldn't get the rebound. Skylar Floyd got a piece of that. Battling under the basket on the baseline. Ball bounces out of bounds. Will be inbounded right now by Shepherd Hill. Quick passing. Good defense here by Dartmouth. Santiago is going to get fouled on the way to the basket. She'll go to the foul line.
It's a good hard take by Santiago. And it's nice that the Rams are trying to finish hard, but I feel like it's too little too late.
Kaylee Fredette, who's in the game, gets called with the foul. And here goes Haley Martins, co-captain. That's a nice hand from the fans here tonight. Lindsay Barber on the glass. 2 minutes to play in the game. I was going to say just barely staying in bounds was Skylar Floyd, but I guess she did end up stepping out of bounds.
She tried walking the tightrope, and unfortunately she just fell off.
Gabriella Pianca, a freshman, getting it over to JC Santiago. Shot will not fly. Lindsay Barber, as we said, a freshman, the younger sister of Remy Barber. Kaylee Fredette. Shepherd Hill retains possession with 1:38 left.
I'm surprised by that substitution. I would have figured down 29 that you would have let your senior captain, Jerozy, play out what is likely her final game.
Floyd with the left hand. Oh, it bounced in and out. That was a nice play by Floyd, but just couldn't get the roll. Jillian Clark. From the corner, Shepherd Hill. Bianca. There's a shot, kind of a line drive. Kaylee Fredette gets the rebound that time. 1 minute to play in the game. There's a shot. Counted! Kaylee Fredette, the freshman. Oh, yeah. 4-3. First basket of the night. Back the other way comes Floyd. Floyd lost the handle to it. That was Pianca. Down low. Drawing the foul that time is Jillian Clark. Let's take a look at the Kylie Fredette, excuse me.
I mean, they haven't taken their their foot off the gas the entirety of the night. And clearly Dartmouth is translating to their substitutes as well. they want a piece of the action as well.
And taking a seat, Jay-Z Santiago. "13 points for her, and there goes the shot bouncing around and going in. Floyd almost had it taken away. Fredette moving it around. Valerie Carrera in the game as well. That shot won't go. 20 seconds left. Getting fouled is Jillian Clark. 17 seconds left, and the Indians on their way to the second round of the state tournament to take on Whitman Hanson. There's Brian Jalbert getting ready to coach his team to a first round victory, or on his way really to the second round now. Winding down these last 11 seconds in front of a nice crowd out here at the Carlin Lynch Activity Center. Addison Dunno taken away. Here comes Lindsey Barber with 4 seconds left. She'll pull it back in a classy move, and that's going to do it. Final score, Dartmouth 76 and Shepherd Hill 45. Great job by the Indians tonight, Caden.
It was fantastic. It was from start to finish. They got out to the 9-0 run, never looked back. They knew what the mission was. The mission was to dispatch Shepherd Hill as quickly as possible and to win the game that they were supposed to win. They did phenomenal tonight. Cheeseborough, Ganji, Zuber, honestly, just about everybody on this team was a well-oiled machine that led to an ultimate 31-point victory.
Quickly on the scoring on the Dartmouth side, unofficially we have Catherine Cheeseborough with 34. Kaylin Zuber, who's been playing a great game here for Dartmouth, with 14. Kat Sullivan with 11. And on the Shepherd Hill side, it was Heidi Jaros with 14 and Jay-Z Santiago with 13. So final thoughts on the game tonight, Caden?
Dartmouth looks really tough to beat right now. They're going to be a team that's going to give a lot of other teams problems in the tournament. If anyone wants to stop them, they have to slow down their offense. Their offense scored at will tonight. I have no reason to believe why they can't go even deeper in the tournament than the round of 16.
Well, as you can see in the bracket, Whitman Hanson defeated North Quincy 63-60 in a very close game. And even though Dartmouth is seeded number 4 and Whitman Hanson is seeded number 13, if you look at the records, Dartmouth is 17-3, Whitman Hanson 16-4, so they're a good team.
They're not going to be a pushover, I can tell you that much.
Well, the final score once again, it's Dartmouth 76 and the Rams of Shepherd Hill 45. For my partner, Caden DeManch, and for all of us here at Dartmouth High School, I'm Paul Santos. Have a great night, and we'll see you when Dartmouth takes on Whitman Hanson in the next round. Good night.